All right, we're here with All My Children's Eric Nelsen and his fiance Sainty Reed, who is also a actress as well.
Yes.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit about when you first decided you wanted to become an actor and what your first projects were?
Whoa, that's crazy. Way before we knew each other. You before me.
Definitely.
She started acting really young. When I was still playing soccer with my friends, and I didn't even know what acting was.
Yeah, I was 3, and there was like a professional theater in my hometown called Casa Manana in Fort Worth, and I had a really raspy voice, and I was like a little bitty blonde 3-year-old, and I talked like this. My name was Sainty Reed, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, they want me in a professional show, and I was 3, and lo and behold, I got cast, and it kind of like didn't stop from there. I did like probably 3 shows a year. By the time I was 18, I had done like over 40 professional shows as like a little kid.
And now you were focused primarily on
musical theater, yes. And then I kind of branched out into the voiceover, TV, film world.
And we all know Mr. Nelsen was in 13 on Broadway, so you guys didn't come together at that point, did you?
No, actually. I moved to the city when I was like just turned 13 years old. And I was a dancer. All I did was dance. I competed nationally and stuff, so that brought me to New York before. But I never really thought I'd be a professional actor until I came to New York. And then I just started acting, fell in love with it. And then my first professional job was on Guiding Light. It was my first TV thing ever. And I always say just being on set and seeing the actors and seeing the way everything was moving, just that day was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And I just took classes, went to the performing arts school here in the city, and it just started all spiraling, and one thing led to the next, which led to the next, and
he's like a crazy dancer, like crazy.
But now I don't dance anymore.
Amazing.
Now I don't. I teach sometimes on the side for fun, but I don't want to be a dancer. I'm like totally enamored with the whole acting thing. And it seems like it's working so far.
Yeah,
so
really.
Hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, and it's funny, it's such a small world. You were in 13 with Max Schneider, right?
With Max Schneider, yeah.
And you also went to PPHS with...
PPAS,
sorry.
I know.
With Max. We were actually twins on Twin Day together.
Oh, that's funny.
We used to be really good friends. Got to do 13 together, which was a blast. And now we just kind of, our lives just kind of separate. He's in LA, I'm here. So we're not as close anymore, but he's, blowing up. It's unbelievable.
And also, you're...
Ariana Grande and Elizabeth Gillies, and they all...
star Max Eric.
And Max Eric, who actually is still one of my really, really best friends. He'll be at the wedding. I actually just texted him the other day about it. Whenever we're in the same coast, we always like to hang. I actually lived with him in LA for a little bit, crashed on his couch for a long time. So he's super cool. I love Max.
That's it's such a small world where you all are connected.
I know.
What?
And another funny story, actually, Brian Craig on General Hospital and I went to middle school together in Florida, which is so ironic. Yeah. He's like the new on General Hospital, and we were in 6th grade together in West Palm Beach, Florida. So it's just crazy how it all comes back.
It all comes back. And you think acting is such a huge amount of people, and then
it's the smallest big world.
It is. That's the perfect way to put it.
Truly.
Now, Sainty, when did you move to New York and start pursuing acting here?
I went to college for musical theater, and I moved here in 2011. And so I kind of jumped in immediately. I had booked Hairspray at Bass Performance Hall, and then I booked Dory and Finding Nemo, the musical. And it just I was gone for a year, and I've just been back since October. So I'm still a newbie again. Now I'm kind of starting over.
What's it like being settled in a home base as opposed to touring? Obviously now it's great for you and for Eric, but...
It's so much better. I'm such a homebody, and I love my friends and my bed and my home and my I live in my PJs. I love PJs. Everybody that knows
at
me.
Least can travel.
Oh yeah, I'm always in my flannel, full PJs and hot rollers and lipstick. I'm Southern.
She's a girl.
She's like Malin from
no kidding.
Julia Roberts' character.
Totally.
Shelby. Now, Eric, you're starring on All My Children now in the reboot. You're playing AJ, who is regular JR's son, Adam's
It's all about initials.
Yeah, it is all about initials. What was it like starting on a reboot of a show that had been on the air for so long and now went to the internet and also had a little bit more content where your generation would be familiar with, and just the way you talked and the way things were discussed. What was that like for you?
Well, I mean, it was kind of crazy because it's such a historic show.
Mm-hmm.
And just so to be a part of it in general was just a blessing, and I was so grateful. And I have family members that have been fans of the show literally probably since it started. Like my Aunt Joanne, I bring her up in every interview because she's like such a hardcore fan. And she literally, when she found out I was even auditioning for the show, about had a panic attack. And back then they were under fake names, the characters.
Right.
So she was like, the character's name was Luke or something. I was like, Luke. She goes, must be a new character. And then when she found out it was actually AJ, oh God, I mean, thank God I didn't know when you were auditioning. I would have been there and stressing you out. And, so it's been really crazy, and it's been a lot of fun. And, them having this whole new structure to the show, I feel like has brought a whole new generation of viewers. And I think that's important. And I mean, all my friends watch the show, but I think they're a little bit biased because I'm on it. But I feel like, they are bringing in that younger crowd, and, just the storylines and everything are captivating. So I just think they're doing a really good job keeping it like it was, but also being able to bring it to a new place.
And during your first 5-week break, because they do 5 weeks on, 5 weeks off, you filmed a movie with Liam Neeson. What was that like?
I did. That was crazy. Actually, we filmed across the street from where
Our first
apartment together.
That's crazy.
So it's so
and
cool.
Did you know each other then at that point yet? Or
Yes, we were
by
living
then
together then.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We were already engaged and everything. So when she actually pointed it out to me, Sainty was like, wait, on the call it says 45th Street. And I was like, wow, they're probably just talking about where we live, They're probably just like, that's where they got to pick me up. But no, we literally filmed across the street.
Well, that was good.
Until like 4 a.m.
Oversleep.
I know, really.
Or if it's 4 a.m., you can just walk right upstairs.
So Sainty would
so
be like,
nice.
I'm looking out the window and I see you and
you.
Leo. You guys look great.
You should yell out the window, I love you, Liam.
I love Leo and Eric.
Eric's better than you.
I know.
I wish.
That would have got him thrown right off.
I know, really.
I wish. But he was super cool, and it was a lot of fun, and literally just all my scenes are with him. So it was kind of a surreal experience.
Now, on top of the big event that you're planning, you're also shooting a movie in October that you're producing and you're both starring in.
Yeah, and I'm actually now producing it too.
Wow.
I just got asked yesterday.
That's awesome.
So I was really excited.
It's called Running on Empty, and we're going to be shooting in New Jersey all of October. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good. It's a family story.
Anybody in it that All My Children viewers would know, or are you allowed to say, or do you have to keep
I
that on
can't
the
announce
down
it
low?
yet,
Okay.
because
But they'll be excited.
Good.
Yeah.
I think all soap fans will be excited.
Yeah, we've got some familiar faces for the soap fans that'll be making appearances.
Well, we look forward to that announcement when it's made.
I know, it
maybe
will be
coming
really
on
exciting.
set. maybe one
Absolutely.
day.
Oh, well, that would be
I
great.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be amazing.
But we'll be shooting for the whole month, and we'd love to have you stop by, check things out. We've got a great cast already set up,
Good.
so we've got.
A lot of stuff in the works.
It's gonna be good.
And speaking of a cast, I hear you're having a massive blowout wedding in Texas.
Oh,
How
my God.
daunting is that, having it in? I know you Sainty, have flown back and forth.
Like every
trying to plan
weekend.
it. Yeah, that's got to be
I'll let you
crazy.
take this one.
I know.
She's the one stressing about it right now.
You're like, I'm just going to show up and say my vows.
Literally.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, we are inviting 847 people right now, which is berserk. And the fact that I know most of them is even more crazy.
Right.
I have 15 bridesmaids. He has 15 groomsmen. Then our house party of like little kids is like 25 or 30. But I don't want to hurt feelings. For me, it's
Right.
like a once in a lifetime thing. So I rather just go big or go home.
Right.
Like I want to do it as big as I possibly can, make as much memories and have everybody involved, and I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Well, 847 people is definitely going big.
It's
Yeah.
going
That's
really
definitely
big.
not going home.
It's historic, I think. It's going to be really fun. But the amazing thing is, like, everybody is so excited, and it's during Thanksgiving, so everybody gets to be with their family. It's like a big family
that's
reunion
amazing.
for
Yeah, that's gonna
everybody.
be great.
Yeah.
All his family from Minnesota to Florida to
California.
New York to California are all coming together in one place.
That's phenomenal.
So it should be really really amazing. I know, I'm about to
looking
leave for
forward to
Texas
it.
next week, so.
She doesn't seem like the bridezilla type, so I will let you.
No,
slide on
No,
that.
yeah,
she's so organized and so like has that together, and oh my gosh.
if anybody knows, I'm very like anal. Have binders, and I'm very this time I'm knocking this away. So
It's that big 9-carat diamond
Sorry.
scratching the table.
So yeah, so I'm very like have things down to a schedule, which is nice. It
That's
should be very fun.
fantastic.
Yesterday I had my first like bridal breakdown, which like my entire registry, which isn't a big deal to most people, but to a bride you work hours and hours on a
Right,
registry,
forgetting it.
got erased. Everything. I had like
Oh,
350 different things, and
That was a
Eric
rough
was like,
afternoon.
"Who cares?" And I was like, "You don't get
Wrong
it.
answer,
This
Eric.
is the
Yeah, I know,
registry."
I know.
That's why the diamond is now 9 carats. It was only 7.
I know, really. We had it a couple
felt
times
bad,
this morning.
yeah, we did.
It's now a wraparound.
So really, I know. Oh my
Don't
god.
give her any ideas.
Oh, don't you worry.
That'll be the next fight.
Right.
I know.
You'll be getting wraparound diamonds. Now, so how excited are you guys, obviously, for the future? You're both acting together in New York City, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
You mentioned you have an audition today, so
Yes.
that could be exciting if it works out for you, which hopefully it will.
Yeah.
What's it like being young actors in the city at like kind of like a turning point in your lives and doing it together?
Well, the weird part is kind of both of us were at like a steady still, and we got engaged, and it seemed like a month later it all kind of blew up. I'm doing now an animation series that just came out, and Eric booked all my children, and it just kind of seemed like a lot of people were like, don't date actors, don't like, but for us it was like all of a sudden everything was right, everything just fit, and everything started unraveling so beautifully. And I think it's because at the end of the day we go home together and get to like vent together and like kind of work off each other. How many nights we've stayed up all night doing lines together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always feel like I'm one of All My Children cast members because I sit there and read I know everything about
Miranda.
everything. I'm always like, Eric, no, this is like what's going on and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I always know when news are come up to date, what's everything. And so it's really fun.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's crazy. And just being able to be in the city too. You know, we just have kind of the world at our fingertips right now.
Yeah.
And to be young and to be able to just be like, get up and go to California if we want to go do something, or just to be able to go, or just, you know, to be able to go to set and come back and have dinner together at home. It's just, everything kind of just fits. And I just know where we are in life is where we're supposed to be right now.
That's awesome.
So it's really
Totally.
cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what advice, even though you guys are younger actors, you've both been working for quite a while, what advice would you give to people who are just starting?
Take every class you possibly can, I would think is the main thing, and always say yes. If it seems so silly at the time to accept something, accept it and do it and have fun. And one day in life, how many times we've been now on set, like for TV or movies, and met a person in an audition 6 years ago for like a non-union, like walking on the street, passing out signs. I mean, it's amazing how it's all a full circle.
Right.
Just to take every class, enjoy every moment, it's not a big deal. That's why I always think it's always so high stakes, and I have to remind myself that. But at the end of the day, we're doing it because it's fun and we love it.
Yeah.
But just like never give up on it.
Mr. Nelson, impart your wisdom on us.
I know.
Well, my main thing truly would be, you know, it seems like such a big business, but it's really small. And just be nice, be kind, be understanding, you know, be patient, because, you know, I've worked with a director who, you know, maybe I hated and I just didn't want to be nice because he wasn't, and then 5 years later he's hiring me on another job.
Right.
It's like you never know who you're going to be working with tomorrow and what, so just have a level head and don't expect anything from anyone else and just be the best you, and then I think your career will come around that.
Right.
That's what I've kind of figured out.
Because that director probably remembered you from 5 years ago and remembered you weren't a jerk and high maintenance and
Right.
whatever.
And the rest of the cast was
Definitely.
like talking bad about him and this, that. I never want to work with him again. And I was just like, I just kind of step back, let that happen, and, you know, just try to avoid, you know, any negativity.
Eric is like the best person in the world to work with. Literally, if anybody's ever worked with him,
You're
he
just
is like,
saying that because he gave you a part. No.
I know, really. I wish. Literally, because he's so nice.
Mhm.
And you are the hardest worker I've ever met in my life. You
I
make
just think
me
hard
a
work,
hard worker.
I just think hard work pays off. I come from that, you know, my mom has, you know, put that inside me just because she's a businesswoman and she works very hard. And I just, you know, if you work hard, especially as a new actor, it's gonna pay off. It's just a matter of time. 100%. So don't ever stop working hard.
Never stop working either.
Or never stop working.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, obviously, in your careers, but more importantly, in your marriage. And thank you so much for doing this interview.
A long marriage.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
yes,
you.
definitely a long marriage. Just have the wedding and then call it a day. Thank you.
Thank you.